Hola, ¿qué tal? A todos. A ver, Ricardo, cuéntanos, salúdanos.
Es buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. No sé a qué horas todos tus podcast friends and family and viewers lo van a mirar, pero bueno, gracias por conectarse. And I'm looking forward to your questions. Me imagino que es completely bilingüe, ¿no? Like, ¿todo se vale? ¿O es español-inglés? Estás en mute. You're in mute.
Sí, se vale español e inglés.
Oh, cool.
Como siempre recordándoles que este es un espacio para que nos conozcan. Puedes perder un poquito ¿cómo se dice? La forma del trabajo. Puedes hablar más como Ricardo, como ya la gente te conoce.
Gracias.
Y sí, pues hoy vamos a hablar, bueno, puse en el título Happy Hump Day porque es miércoles y
Sí.
pues, no es miércoles.
No.
¿Qué día es hoy?
Es martes. Es martes, pero hemos tenido un fin de semana muy largo, me imagino por eso.
No, pero el miércoles, hoy es miércoles.
Oye,
En nuestro live es miércoles.
en nuestra vida es miércoles, pero en realidad es martes. Pero, sí.
Pero bueno, cuéntanos qué nos traes para platicar hoy.
Bueno, fíjate que ya viene el año escolar para los niños, ya viene aquí a la vuelta. De hecho, los niños que terminan, les falta como una semana y media, pero algo interesante para Binacional o para Binational Central California, inicia creo que la temporada más ocupada, porque empezamos a registrar a niños para recibir mochilas en el mes de julio. Así es que todo el mes me fui, aquí estoy. Todo el mes de junio vamos a empezar a registrar familias, sea porque son familias de medical, o porque los conocimos en un evento, porque van a recibir un texto, o porque nos van a mandar un correo electrónico, o porque van a ver este mensaje. Y brevemente les voy a mencionar unas ciudades y vamos a regresar a comentar después, pero vamos a estar aquí en el Manchester Center en Fresno, California. Vamos a estar en Los Baños, en Madera, en Merced, en Los Baños, en una ciudad que se llama Layton, California. Entonces, busquen en nuestras redes sociales, sea en Instagram, en Facebook o tras esta transmisión, para ver si vamos a estar en su ciudad. Desafortunadamente, por que hay menos fondos, no vamos a estar en 10 ciudades como suele suceder. Este año solamente podemos escoger, creo que 6. Y vamos a hacerlo todo lo que se pueda hacer, pero tampoco no tenemos tantas mochilas como años anteriores, pero lo que sí vamos a poder hacer es tener más útiles escolares. Pero lo que queríamos hacer, Claudia, es darles el mensaje para que los niños se puedan registrar, porque si es por registración, anteriormente podían venir, aunque se podían registrar, aunque se habían registrado o no, podían llegar. Este año no sé si vamos a tener mochilas extras o unas por ahí, por allá. No sabemos si vamos a tenerlo. Entonces, por eso creo que yo personalmente quería hacer este video. Entonces, de nuevo, el mes de junio empiezan las registraciones, que hoy es de hecho el 2 de junio. Empezamos las registraciones para arrancando recio, literalmente no dormimos todo el mes de julio. Tenemos eventos todo el mes, regalando mochilas a todo el Valle Central, básicamente.
Muy bien. Entonces, ya estamos registrando en este mes de junio. ¿Dónde se pueden registrar?
Bueno, estamos en diferentes eventos. Si miran el calendario o visitan la página de Facebook de Binacional, que creo que de hecho estamos en Facebook ahorita, ahí pueden ver donde tenemos eventos de eventos de salud, de ferias de salud o cualquier evento donde nos vean. Ahí se pueden registrar. También tenemos una despensa de comida donde pueden visitar, ahí también se pueden registrar. Pueden venir a la oficina de nosotros de las 9 a las 4:30 de la tarde, de lunes a viernes, también se pueden registrar. También les comento en el mensaje de Facebook, pueden mandar un mensaje. ¿Sabes una cosa, Claudia? Que de hecho muchos de los mensajes a veces me llegan a mí y personas dicen algo como un mensaje común: me quiero registrar, pero no para qué se quieren registrar, su número de teléfono, en qué ciudad viven. Y a veces recibimos mensajes de Nevada, zona, o por ejemplo una ciudad en la cual no podemos apoyar. Muy importante que dejen su número de teléfono, un correo electrónico donde se nos podamos comunicar con ustedes. También el código postal afecta mucho si podemos ayudar o no podemos ayudar. Uno de los detalles, Claudia, que a veces no nos damos cuenta, que los fondos que recibimos, no todos, pero a veces, son para ciertos códigos postales o ciertos condados. Te comento que esta beca que recibimos este año, por eso hay menos mochilas, son específicamente para el condado de Fresno, Madera y Merced. Este año no recibimos fondos para el condado de Kern Kings, que anteriormente, no sé si te acuerdas, recibimos fondos para esas áreas. Este año no los recibimos, por eso hay menos eventos. Tenemos, creo que 4 menos eventos este año. Entonces, pero esos son, circunstancias que suceden. Trataremos de hacer mejor trabajo el año entrante para tratar de obtener más fondos. También nosotros tratamos de recaudar fondos durante el año, pero como gastamos más en el juguetón, eso también afecta los fondos de como los eventos de mochilas.
Ok. Y, ¿me puedes repetir cómo se pueden registrar las personas?
Sí, yo les recomiendo simplemente ir a la página de Facebook y dejar su mensaje. Me llamo María, tengo X niños, 3 niños de estas edades, ese es mi número de teléfono, este es mi domicilio, me pueden ayudar y alguien se va a comunicar con ustedes para decirles o comentarles.
Para ver si califican, porque tienen que calificar primero. Entonces,
sí.
Como dice Ricardo, ustedes nos pueden mandar un mensaje, ya sea por nuestras redes sociales, venir a nuestra oficina, venir a las entregas de comida, sí, pero siempre y cuando sepan que si se registran, no quiere decir que van a recibir una mochila automáticamente. Si se registran, quiere decir que nuestro staff va a hacer lo necesario para ver si usted califica. Si usted califica, entonces va a recibir un mensaje de confirmación de que usted va a recibir esa mochila, ya sea en Fresno, Madera, Los Baños o Layton. Sí, entonces, eso es importante que sepan.
Sí, de hecho te voy a dar como unos requisitos como básicos. Requisito número 1 es para niños del 1er grado al 8º grado. Esos son el requisito más básico. Quiere decir que un niño del kinder o del 9º grado no va a recibir una mochila. Es para niños del 1º al 8º grado. Es parte de la beca. ¿Qué otro niño no recibiría una mochila? Un niño que vive en un código postal que se considera de una área middle class para arriba. Por ejemplo, 93, en el área de nosotros, 93 River Park, por ejemplo. En la área de River Park no recibiría una mochila. La mochila sería para 93706, que sería el West.
Y como ya sabe para que sepa nuestra comunidad, en estas ciudades que ya mencionamos, Fresno, Madera, Los Baños y Layton, bajo esos hay unos códigos que sí califican y códigos postales que no califican, y por eso necesitamos que se inscriban lo más rápido posible para que nuestro staff pueda hacer la registración correctamente, y si usted califica, si está bajo esos códigos postales, entonces le vamos a llamar para darle seguimiento. Bueno, eso en cuanto a las personas que van a recibir las mochilas. Ahora, lo que también les queremos hablar y es, this is where we change to English.
Yes.
You can also help us, the students, for success and sponsor a backpack and make it different. So if you want to make an impact in the community and the Fresno, Madera, Los Baños, or Layton, and you're interested in giving back, I have a QR code right here. This is where you can donate, or where else can they donate, or where else can they get in contact with?
Well, we actually have a Zephy account. I believe that's probably our Zephy account. Last year, Claudia, folks were just coming to our office and dropping off like 5 backpacks, 10 backpacks. you know some of the most popular backpacks, you can just go buy $25 worth of backpacks at like Five Below, and those are actually pretty decent backpacks. Uh, Target and Walmart, those are really good quality backpacks that you can buy, and you can drop them off here at our Manchester office at 1901 East Shields Avenue, Suite 221, which is the second floor, 93726. From 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. To be honest with you, being able to provide backpacks for children, those backpacks that you donate basically are not part of the grant, which means that we can add children that just show up and say, I would like a backpack. So that really allows us the freedom to provide more backpacks for children. And that's really one of the most important factors when you decide, you know what, I want to support. And I want to let you know that your $25, because it only takes $25 to buy 5 backpacks. If you go to like Five Below, or like the $5, $6 backpacks that Target, Walmart, and they all have them, like Target, Walmart, and Five Below have them backpacks. And my advice to you is, if you want to help, I would prefer that you go buy the backpacks and bring them, versus say, like, you know what, I'm just going to donate the money. I know that, for you, it might be easier, but for us, we would prefer that you bring the backpacks, because there's like, I feel like you'll feel better when you got to pick the backpack. We can show you a picture of the child who got your backpack. And I think I don't know, like I think it.
And also shows more transparency of for the organization and for the people, and also, or they can also come to any of the events and help us and volunteer.
Yeah, that I think one of the things that people don't realize is that it takes an enormous amount of effort to actually give out 8,000 backpacks. 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. In this case, it's 8,000 backpacks. It takes an enormous amount of volunteers, work, funding to give out this many backpacks. So when I say, we didn't get as much funding, we're still giving out 8,000 backpacks this year, which is an enormous amount of work and funding. And for us, this project is very dear to our heart. I still remember I was one of the kids in line getting a backpack at one point in my life, and I don't think I'm ever going to forget that someone helped me. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't the best backpack I received. It was just a basic backpack, but it made the difference. And I don't even think my parents knew I was in the line getting a backpack. But I want to say that it probably helped my parents out, even though they probably still bought me a backpack at some point. But I think for the communities that we serve, we might be the difference between, especially if you have 2-3 children, the difference between maybe groceries that day, or being able to fix their car, or maybe fix a tire, put gas, or buy backpacks and school supplies for their children. And that's the other thing, Claudia. They can buy like a box of pencils and drop them off. Yeah. They can buy a box of paint folders.
Also that is for the community. If you want to donate like a small amount of backpacks, if you just want to contribute, if you want to, feel helpful. But what about for businesses that actually want to participate in our events? How can they participate?
Yeah, I mean, if you feel like you want to make a huge difference, as a matter of fact, I'm going to give them props, Claudia, because I think they deserve it. I was speaking at an event at Grizzly Stadium, and Fiesta Foods, literally after I spoke up and said, hey, whoever donates to Binational of Central California, I'm going to match it up to $10,000. And I was like, wow, that's amazing for a business to speak up like that on our behalf. And I was like, you know what? I don't want it to be a transaction like that. I want you to see where your money goes. I feel like the backpacks would be probably the
tangible thing that they can.
One of the most beneficial transactions where you see where a child's face will change, right? The emotion, where you'll see where your dollar really makes a difference, right? It's not like a check that you write and then you never really see where your dollars go. There's like a table where you see where your dollars went, but then there's a child where that will walk away with your, part of your dollars, and thousands of children will actually benefit from your dollars. But I was so appreciative of him, standing up and advocating for our organization. And I think that's what I wanted to mention to, all of the viewers, that, if you want to make a $500 donation to our organization, first of all, you get a tax write-off, that for sure. But you get to be on our organization logo. Just to let you know, 20,000 participants will see your brand between event one and the last event. And you can set up a booth at all of our events, which is obviously, I mean, from a branding standpoint, and I was a business, I don't think it gets any better than that, to be honest with you. And at that, and one of the other things, Claudia, that I think I would benefit from if I was a business is the fact that I get to participate and actually visit with the kids, because I think nothing changes a child's life more than knowing that a business cares about you, not as just as a financial transaction, but more from an emotional transaction. And the other thing is, I think we also, from a visibility transaction, if someone donates $5,000 or more, they get to be part of the Manchester sign, which is on Freeway 41. They get to be part of that sign for a week. A week, that's 140,000 cars that pass that sign, and we will make sure that they're part of that signage as well. So I don't think it gets any better than that, to be honest.
Honestly, it doesn't. And also the opportunity of giving back and, show up for the community, especially nowadays that, everybody's going through hard times. Yeah. There's always some way that you can help. It doesn't have to be 20 backpacks. It could be 2 backpacks full of, school supplies or like you mentioned, pencils. Whatever is available to you, or maybe you don't have none of that, but you can come and support the event and help and volunteer. That's also a big help. So if you're interested, and if you want more information, or if you want to sign up to be a sponsor or donate, please email Ricardo, or you can also come to our office and from 9 to 4 p.m. every Monday through Friday, and then we can help you here.
Yeah, Claudia, I also wanted to, call to action. I want to invite doctors, lawyers, firemen, influencers, anyone teachers, anyone who has a skill set to come and volunteer. And I'm going to tell you why. We don't have a conventional run-of-the-mill average backpack giveaway where a child goes to the table, they're handed a backpack, and se acabó, bye. That's not how we do it. We have a red carpet where we announce the child's name. We ask them what school they go to, and then we ask you what you want to be when they grow up. And my hope is when they say, I want to be a police officer, that a police officer's there and they walk them past the red carpet and we all cheer. Everybody cheers. And so that's what I'm hoping for, that, this sort of call to action. Let's get some volunteers. Let's get some doctors, some lawyers, some whatever. And some people, by the way, say, I want to be a football player. So let's get some soccer players, some Fuego soccer players, some people that are retired, some athletes that are retired, some football players that want to come in their gear, baseball players that I know live in the Valley that want to come and volunteer for a couple of hours and walk the kids down the red carpet. It could be, a couple hundred kids that you walk down the aisle, especially once they see them. And I think it's be an amazing experience for everyone, not only for the volunteer, but more so for the kids. I think this is something that they'll take with them for the rest of their lives. They're going to tell their grandchildren about it, right? So I'm hoping that they'll reach out and say, hey, sign me up. I want to volunteer.
Yes. And so that's our informational podcast. But now, Ricardo, with every guest that I have here, it's been like a tradition that I ask this or that. Yeah. Are you ready for your this or that? Before we
I have coffee, so I guess I'm ready.
Okay, ready? Espérame. Okay, ¿listo?
I'm ready. Listo.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Morning or night?
Morning.
Sweet or salty?
Salty.
Movies or books?
Movies.
Tennis shoes or dress shoes?
Tennis shoes.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Road trip or flight?
Road trip.
Text or phone call?
Text.
Pizza or tacos?
Tacos.
Alrighty, you passed
Crazy.
the test.
These are easy. I
A
think
ver,
you actually knew the answers to that
aquí
too.
te va una difícil.
Okay.
Mochila backpacks or Christmas event?
Oh, that is. Oh, you know what? I will say that is a hard one because these are my two passions. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that is. And I have to pick one.
Pues yeah, that's the game.
Oh, that is a tough one. You
It's
know,
just a game.
I'm gonna answer it this way, and only because to me, it is the last event of the year, and I don't think anything is more important than giving a child a gift. So I'm gonna pick the toy giveaway.
Toy giveaway.
Yeah.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you guys stop donating to the backpack. So if you guys are interested, please, please, please send us an email. Also, show up and volunteer or donate. And para las personas que quieren recibir una mochila, contáctense con nosotros medio nuestros eventos, nuestro food giveaway, y nosotros vamos a hacer el screening para ver si califican y entonces ya pues les llamamos para ver si califican para ser unos de los que reciben una mochila en cualquiera de estas ciudades. Fresno, Madera, Los Baños, Layton y creo que era todo.
Yeah, and don't forget.
Como siempre, aquí está nuestro QR code y pues nada, like, subscribe y pues comment below.
Don't forget, all the kids get a free meal.
Y todos los chicos reciben comida. Muy bien. Así que muchas gracias, Ricardo. Nos vemos el próximo Hump Day. Gracias.
Oh, see you in 1 minute.
Bye.
I mean, you. Bye.